from Senegal to Sugar Hill, trace the bloodline. 100 years of brilliance through the color line. They thought the shackles broke but kept the mental chain. Langston penned the future while they legislated pain. Harlem's ballrooms birthed the cosmos in mahogany, while lynching trees still decorated southern botany. Josephine, Waker's pearls, and Garvey's Navy ships. Du Bois debating destiny with scholarship on his lips. The Renaissance was a renaissance of West resistance, fam. Every trumpet blast from Armstrong was a battering ram. They gave us minstrel shows, we gave them Sora Neal. Turned depression into art, made the fabricated real. Cotton Club excluded us from tables every set. Performed the Deanest Nightly, never free from the deck. But Bessie Smith could shatter glass, shatter cash, shatter lies. Every note she sang contained a revolution in the sky. Build temples from the rubble, make cathedrals from the struggle. Turn the margins to the center, now they study what we scribble. We build temples from the rubble, every generation double the inheritance of genius that they tried to keep us from. Fast forward through the decades, watch the pattern reassemble. Malcolm speeches, Martin's marches, every voice begins to tremble to the earth until the structure shows its fractures. FBI was tracking every coon with every pastor, every act of 40 acres never came but 40 minutes on a stage. To reconvene your consciousness and channelize the rage. From bebop to hip-hop, the fool lines mathematical. Each generation weaponized the beautiful, the radical. They gave us Reagan, now there's crack and mass incarceration. We gave them Public Enemy and blueprints for liberation. The Harlem Renaissance never ended, just evolved its form. Every freestyle cipher is a brainstorm, is a storm. Where the children of the talented, the tent that was prophesied, inherit the fire that the water couldn't wash aside. They tried to write us out the narrative. We offered all on text, 100 years of proof, and that we're destined where was next. Temples from the rubble, make cathedrals from the struggle. Turn the largest to the center, now they study what we scribble. We built temples from the rubble, every generation double the inheritance of genius that they tried to keep us from.
All right, this is, and you are Under the Groove. Welcome everybody, Under the Groove podcast. It's just Wednesday. This is Wednesday. So, hey man, peace and prosperity to everybody that's in the day. Grand Rise and 10 toes down. We in it to get with it. You know, let's get it done. All right. So again, peace and prosperity to everybody, man. Here I am, and there you are. Let's go at it like that. All right. Got some things, man. Got some things. All right. This shit is real, man. And I tell you what, I'm of the mind that, hey, man, you know, we're coming around. We're coming around all over the country, man. I kind of think that, you know, California is behind the 8 ball, you know, a little behind. You know, we just now getting the memo, but shit, that's better than not getting it at all. So, you know, we are catching up, man. We'll get there. We're going to be where we're supposed to be in this whole situation. Trust and know that. That's what I think anyway. The people are seeing this shit, man. And we're not just talking about, you know, the shit they want us to focus on. We're focusing on us, man. The energy, you know, the frequency, the source, all that matters, man. This other shit is bullshit. It's bullshit. These distractions are here, man, to keep us off kilter. In other words, to keep us off balance. Let's put it like that. Let's simplify it, man. We ain't got to complicate nothing, man. And I ain't dummying down what I'm saying. I'm just saying. I want to say it to where people get what I'm saying. They want to keep us off balance. They don't want us to come into the know. There's something about this shit, man. They hiding from us, man. And they're using some of everybody, man, to distract us. You know, oh, it's the white people. You know, oh, it's y'all. It's each other. You know, it's all that, you know. Oh, it's religion. Oh, it's the Jews or the black hat people. All right. That's the crux of it, though. The black hat people. Cold game, y'all. Cold game. It's hot on my end. I tell you what, man, the heat is getting hotter, man. Summertime is fast approaching. I like to knock on wood before I say this. I like to mention that, man, you know, in the communities, man, things are kind of, you know, smooth, you know. It's not all bad. You know what I'm saying? And let's work towards keeping it that way. Let's work towards keeping it that way. Let's work towards getting past this summertime where, you know, brothers and sisters, man, are uniting rather than, you know, dividing themselves or, you know, doing each other in, man. Let's work on that because I'm telling y'all, we're going to need each and every one of us to get through what's coming at us. All right. That being said, I'm going to move on. I got some stuff I want to drop for everybody, man. I do my thing, man. I get in here and I research. I get stuck on black positivity, black excellence, black empowerment, blacks coming together, man, unity. I get stuck on that shit. I don't be on nothing else, Uh I shift through the BS, to get to, the real deal, the nitty-gritty, And I've gotten some stuff, man. I got a hold of some stuff, man. I got a poem I want to drop. I want to make that this reoccurring thing, man, where I'm dropping a poem, some black poetry. I ran across one today by a sister, man. It was tight. She's speaking to brothers and then speaking about sisters. I found it, man, just, powerful enough to want to, drop it. All right. That being said, man, listen, like I said, man, peace and prosperity to each and every one of you, to the heart, man. Let's get it done. All right. Because ain't nobody else going to do this shit, man. Ain't nobody trying to see us do nothing that's constructive or positive, prosperous, or, in the line or in the direction of unity, man. So it's on us to get this shit done. All right. That being said, let's move on, man. I see you, Antonio. Peace and prosperity. Like I said, bro, to you and yours. Good to see you here, man. It's always a pleasure and an honor to be represented, or to be, in your space or in the space with you. All right, man. Shit. Be the Hoovers, man. 5122. He said, what, bro? Hey, man, this is what it is, man. What? It's about us, man. We got to figure this thing out, man. We got to stop, going at each other, man, so that we can get to the real issue and the problems, man. It ain't us. It ain't us. That's what we got to come to realize, man. It's not us, man. It's really not. There's a lot of work here, man. We were talking about me, not just me, but I think others, man, especially in California, going to sit with this this meet and greet with Mayor Karen Bass. I've been really thinking about this thing, man, because it's something I want to do. My mind is kind of, I'm not sure that I'm gonna go that route, man. I'm going, but I don't know if I'm gonna address it like I want to, because again, it's not what we say, it's how we say, things. It's not what we do, but how we do them. I don't want to alienate brothers who might be aligned in that space. You get what I'm saying? I don't want to go up there and say, hey, man, all this shit, man, is orchestrated and controlled by the black hats. I don't want to go up there and say no shit like that, right? Although I'm speaking truth to power, you know what I mean? But what I accept, what I acknowledge is that a lot of our brothers don't see that. They don't see that, a lot of brothers would put a lot of things before our plight, what we're struggling through and have been struggling through since before the so-called proclamation of emancipation. We've been going through this shit, man, for a long time, man. Too long to be, straight up, man. It's just too long, man. But anyway, I want to go and I want to sit down, man, and check this situation out, man, and then get up and say something. Not to highlight me, but to put our people, man, on the stage, man, to talk about what concerns us, because we're not being represented, man. I don't give a jack, man, about what no one is saying, especially those in politics, about what their efforts are and what they've contributed, what they've done for the black community, and I say that because most of them only do it when it's an election or in an election cycle. You know what I mean? It's not continuous. You know what I mean? It's not this thing that's taking place, man, every day of the week, every week of the month, every month of the year. You know what I mean? They get at us, man, when they need us. You know what I'm saying? But, the fact needs to be, it needs to be exposed that, and man, we're being dealt with by politicians periodically. We're not some demographic or, some, an area of people, a demographic or district that's being dealt with every day, all day. You know what I mean? We're being X'd out of the system until it comes to votes. And I think that's wrong, man. We have to start dealing with that. We have to start calling a spade, man. a duck, man. You know, we just do. Because if we don't, they'll continue to go down this path. They'll want to come and meet and greet when it's election time. But when it's not election time, man, we don't see, the fruits of their labor, not in our community at least, you know what I mean? And then again, we were just talking about this last night. Our community, in a lot of ways, have ceased to exist because of this influx of other people into our community, a lot of which are illegal, but they contribute something, and not just currency, or they don't just contribute to the capitalist system, but to the politic, the votes. And so we're put on the back burner, man. And that's a problem. That's a problem. So I'm not going to, skin and grin, shuck and jive, step and fetch with nobody. You know what I mean? I don't also intend to go to ruffle no feathers, but I think that the more I think about it, man, I realize that, hey, man, if I'm going to go, then yeah, I need to go and say something, but I don't need to water down what needs to be said. People need to understand that we are in a fucking war. And we've been in a war, man. We've been in battle. A lot of us don't know it. A lot of us haven't realized it because of all these distractions. But we've been in this shit for a long time, man. A long time. And so that needs to be addressed. And I'm contemplating how to go about doing that. I'm contemplating how to go about doing that. All right. Now, that being said, let's jump up in here, man. I see you again, like I said, Antonio, peace and prosperity to you, bro. Be the Hoovers, man. 5122, man. Much love and respect to you. Appreciate you for showing up today, man. For anybody that's in here right now and don't know, just let me say, man, this is Under the Groove Podcast, and we're not on no BS, all right? Straight up. We come in here, man, and, we come knowing, or it should be understood that we can agree to disagree respectfully, period, point blank. Ain't no ninjas up in here with a GA or a hard ER. Ain't none of that, Ain't no hoes up in here, ain't no B's up in here. You know what I mean? Brothers and sisters up in here, man. We trying to figure out how to get to the point where we can start flexing our talents, man. And not on the system, because I don't think the system is for us. It's not about us, but flexing our talents in terms of, man, establishing our own shit. I think that should be the objective. Damn, man, trying to integrate or assimilate into a system that don't give a jack about us, man. Come on, man. It's proof. There are receipts that they don't care. So damn that, man. Let's do us. Let's do us. There's no more intelligent being on the face of the planet than us, the melanated black man and woman, king or queen, god or goddess, and we have to start doing this damn work, man. Because I'm telling you, they're not going to do it. And not only that, they're going to try to prevent us from doing exactly everything I just said. It's already in effect, It's already in effect. Now, that being said, let's go. Let's get it on, man. B60, what it do, loved one? He said, greetings and salutations to you, bub. And the RGC B1, for those who don't know, black first. All right? Black first. Let's get beyond, man, this separation, this divide and conquer in terms of labels. Now we got FBAs running the table, want to be the, want to advance the cause or the plight of black people, you know what I mean? But you got to be FBA, foundational black, they're black people, then they're African Americans. Hey, man, let's just say it like this, man. Let's come together. We don't need no labels and titles, man, to get the damn job done. When we do that, man, we create space for dissension, for disagreement. And that doesn't make sense because there's a commonality in terms of what we're going through. No FBA, Black American, African American, in terms of generations that have been here for a long time, it's going through anything different than the other. You know what I mean? Let's get past this shit, man, so that we can do the work of the people. And the work of the people, man, need to be evolved around, or need to be done, or it should be done for the sake of those coming up behind us. Well, I don't know what they call them, millennials or Gen X's, And man, they're lost. They're lost. And we should see this shit. Anytime, man, we got a generation coming up behind us who are no better off than we are. That's a problem. That's a problem, man. There's no getting around that. They are no more elevated than the two generations before them. They seem to be more ignorant. They seem to want to go on this, this not necessarily a tangent, but they're on this direction, a course that eliminates or disregards those who came before them. That's a problem. That's a problem, man. So I just wanted to throw that out there, man. All right, Queen and Zing, I see you, sister. She said, happy hump day, peace and blessings, kings and queens in the Royal Group congregation. Good to be here with my loved ones. B1 Black First, B1 Black Fist up high, real spit, all right? Power is in the people, y'all. Antonio, man, said, man, I shared you, OG. Hey, man, Antonio, and I say this to you more than I think I do to anybody else. Miss me with that OG shit. I'm above, man. I'm part of the people, man. I ain't above anybody. None of us. We're in the same boat, man. My experiences may be, a little more out there. I might have went through a lot more than a lot of others, but that does not separate me. That should not separate me from the people. The cause is the same, man. The agenda is the same, man. And the energy should be the same. How long I've been in this shit should not matter, because I think that there are a lot of brothers and sisters who come behind me, so to speak, who might have this here, man. And if that's the case, if they laced tight, man, they laced embrace, man, listen here, man. Talk to me. What do I need to do? You know what I mean? So I'm not, I'm not one to want to, label himself as an OG. I'm not that. I didn't come from that cloth. They're cut from a different cloth, man. And I respect it. Truly, I respect it. They created the cloth I come from. It had a lot to do with that. So, yeah, I'm not an OG. But anyway, I appreciate what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. Thank you for sharing this. Get out, man. The more we do, in terms of sharing that, man, the more the word will get out. And it ain't just me talking. It's the comments you make. It's the comments other brothers and sisters make. And it's get out that reaches the people, that goes out to the people. Those comments need to mean something, y'all. So when we in here, man, we speaking truth to power. We dropping gems and jewels. So when those individuals who ain't up on the get out, not just Under the Groove podcast, but any of them, they see this shit, man. Now, they want to become inquisitive. We want to light sparks, man. We want to fan flames. You know what I'm saying? So when we come in here, man, let's drop truth to power, man. Appreciate you, bro. Real spit. Rakufu. Genuflection, man, and acknowledgments to the RGC and all new people here today. We appreciate you, love you, bro. Real spit. Appreciate and love you as much as we do respect you. I respect your wisdom and your knowledge as well, bro. I'm pretty sure we all do, and we all should do that, man. Especially when we know we being laced. Again, man, it ain't about who's been around the longest. All right. I think it's about, man, not just embracing the experiences that we have individually as well as collectively. You know what I mean? It's more than that. It's about, man, getting out not just our understanding or understanding about this plight we're in, but, man, saying shit, dropping shit for us to pick up, man, to utilize or, gather wisdom from, so that we'll know how to go about, man, creating solutions to these problems we're facing, man. So, hey, man, it's just love and respect, man. Period, point blank. That being said, man, let's move on. B60 said, Bub, man, I believe you should get involved in politics because you are fair and have our people's best interest at heart. Just going off of the parking issue with the brother you spoke on the other night. Yeah, I swear, man, I told my wife about it. It pissed me off, right? Because I had to realize that, see, our brothers don't really get it. When we right, man, and let's go to war. We right? We right in this moment, right? We supposed to be at war, man. But when we with the bullshit, the BS, man, and it's all wrong, we supposed to say, speak to that. Like, hey, man, nah, that shit ain't cool, bro. We want to have right on our side. We want to be righteous in our get down, man. So, yeah, that stuck with me, man. And again, peace and prosperity to that brother, his woman, and that child. They're in the same building. I haven't seen them since that incident. I haven't seen them there. But in any respect, man, not just to that brother, but any of our brothers and sisters, man, who find themselves in conflict or situations, if that be the case, man, hey, man, for one, be in the right. Be in the right, man. That's it. Be in the right. And my wife know, man, my family know, hey, man, when we're in the right, can't tell me jack, man, it's going down. I'm there. When we're in the wrong, like, hey, come here, man. Let me talk to you right quick. Come here, bro. Come here. No, don't worry about that. Come here. Knock this shit off. Let's go. This ain't the fight. Because it ain't about right. This ain't the fight because it ain't right. Let's go. We should do that, man, with each and every one of us, especially ourselves and our family members, and those of our brothers and sisters who we just happen to come in contact with, man, in the streets, who might be confronted with a situation. Sometimes we ain't got that opportunity, right? We don't have that luxury of understanding what's taking place, and we become reactionary. Let's just, put out an atmosphere, man, that, I'm supporting something that's right, or we are supporting something that's right. But that's our work, man. Each and every one of us should be politicians, should represent, man, what is proper and what is righteous for the people. Again, I think that a lot of us are not politicians because we're not going to shuck and jive. We done been through the fire, man. A lot of them people who are involved in politics haven't been through the fire. They haven't been branded, man, by the heat or the scorched earth policies that a lot of us have to deal with every day. They seek outs and escapism, you know what I mean? To get away from this shit. We in this shit. We have no escape, So each and every one of us, I think, is branded to be politicians and representatives of the people. Period, point blank. That's all I got to say about that, Real spit. Lisa Moore, what's up with it, Queen? Grand Rising, Brother Bub, man, blessings to you and the family, peace and love to the kings and queens in the RGC. Be one black first. Let's reciprocate that. Sister, we love our sisters. Hey, man, I'm telling y'all, man, I know. This is what I know. I'm in a transition, man. I'm pretty sure that I'm convinced. What I used to think, I don't think no more. How I used to act, I don't act anymore. Now, man, my principles, my integrity are founded upon those things that I know to be righteous and in support of brothers and sisters, especially when that shit is right. I have a greater respect for our queens, man, our goddesses, man, than ever before. I trust that they're the key. That's me. Everybody may not agree with that. A lot of us are still stuck with this chauvinistic, this paternalistic ideology in terms of man being better than woman. I don't subscribe to that. I watched women in my family carry the load, man, and I knew then and there was no one stronger. There was no one more capable of holding down the unit, the family, than the black woman. And while I learned that, I also learned that black men were protectors. They were protectors, and in a lot of instances, providers. And the woman regulated. That's what I know, man. And that's been with me for a very, 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 very long time. I mean, a long time. But yeah, our sisters, man, or man, shit. Man, come on. Ain't nobody better, man. There's nobody better. You know, you are all powerful, man. And I think you have a direct line to wherever the source is, whatever that source of power is. Y'all's connection to it is greater than ours. That's what I think. But let me move on. Let me move on, man, because it sound like I'm bullshitting, but I'm telling you, I really mean what I'm saying. I know what the hell I mean and know what I'm saying. All right. Rakufu said, man, word of the day is provisioned. I thought the word of the day, man, was that when you dropped on us, man, genuflection, because that was a strong word as well. But okay, we'll go with provisioned. Supplied with what is necessary for operation. Yes. How do we provision this? Get down, man. We're talking about this stuff, man, but how do we set this up? How do we put everything in place so that it runs, man, the way we see it? You know, we see it, you know? How does it go? Especially when we have all the provisions in place in such a way that it benefits us. Provisions are a necessity. I got something today talking about that's crazy, man. Again, I love it. And it is a blueprint. Had a lot of problems, getting all the clips I want to show today. I don't know, man. Again, but I'm learning. Instagram, I go and I know exactly what I want. When I go, that don't come up. I'm like, oh man. So anyway, I got a lot of shit. But what you're talking about, Rakufu, in terms of provisions, I was checking out something today about the Black Panthers and how they established or how it was established they'll go about doing things. You know what I mean? First, there had to be a certain code of ethic. You know what I mean? Then there were provisions and shit that was in place that made this thing go. You know what I mean? This engine run, I was like, okay, boom. I call myself locking it in. So what I do, I go in, I see something I like. I call myself sharing it. You know what I mean? I'll send it to the wife first. I'll go back and get it. Boom. For whatever reason today, none of that shit was working. So I got thinking like, damn, all right, they tapped in on me. They don't want me talking about some shit, man, that matters to the people. But in any respect, man, I think we got this regardless, man. It's in our DNA, man, to know how to go about doing this. We just have to tap into it, man. The script is already written. It's already in us. So appreciate you dropping that though, Rakufu. Real spit. You say supplied with what is necessary for operation. Truth to power. The team was fully provisioned and ready to begin. I'm gonna change up a little bit. The team was fully provisioned and ready to go. All right. All right. Rakufu said, man, from Africa's cradle to America's shore, the human spirit endured and became something more, provisioned with memory through shackled by night. Though shackled by night, it carried prime essence and ancestral light, animated by breath, by blood, and by flame, crossing vast oceans, yet remaining the same. From Kemet to Harlem, from Dahomey to dreams, the soul kept flowing through history's streams. Returned in creation, a people transformed pain into civilization. From the motherland's heart to tomorrow's star, the human being remembers exactly who they are. Appreciate you, brother, as always. Appreciate you as always. All right, Al, what to do, loved one? Peace and prosperity, you and the fam. From my heart, man, to yours, man. Peace and prosperity, man. Good to see you up in here, man. You say salutations, bub. Salutations, bub, to you, the queen, and the entire RGC, our multifarious clique. Y'all just own it today, huh? Going all in. Our multifarious clique. I hope everyone has had a productive day and a peaceful evening. B1 equals black first at all times, y'all. Our multifarious clique. I like that. All right. Rakufu say, man, B60, you right. Bub has the wisdom eye to lead and direct positively our people with righteous energy. Al says, man, look, just left the gym with my sons. And I like that SUNS, people, not SONS. He talking about energy and power. All right, so just left the gym with my sons, getting a God workout in, building a strong body and mind, and also an appetite. There you go. That is the process. We see you, Chris. Black first, brother. Peace and prosperity, you and yours, homie. Good to see you up in here with us tonight. B60 said, man, Brother Rod, don't count yourself out because you have a powerful way with words. Also, you consistently bring fire to the RGC. Thank you very much for imparting that to him, B60. And you as well. You as well. Fat Rat, Al, all us, man. We have, I'm telling you, it's innate. It's innate. It's in us, man, to be this way. And I'm telling y'all, I'm being touched by the vibes and the frequency every day. And it's when I say, hey, man, I recognize this transition. I recognize this evolution. I'm speaking truth to power, but I want to go, out on a limb and say, man, if I know I'm going through this, man, then damn, the brothers and the sisters, they got to know it too. They got to feel it too, that they are being touched by the frequency, man, and the vibes, man. This shit is real, man. That's all I got to say about that, man. So yeah, when we talking about getting up and standing up and get up, stand up for the people, yeah, I think this is our work, man. We have this ability to do this. And I'm telling y'all, man, the time is now. This shit ain't by accident. This awakening is not by accident. I'm telling you, I see so much stuff, I get stuck. And I want to say I don't get emotional, because I do. But I get a connection immediately, just tapping in to these different vibes and these frequencies, man, that's coming on social media. And in the first stage, I'm like, man, how is this even possible that I'm feeling that? I'm connecting with that. And I know this apparatus don't really mean all, that good to us. I'm like, damn, man, this shit powerful then. If I'm still receiving it, through this medium that they created, that's not really for the betterment of us. We have to see that, man. It's really not. But if I'm still receiving the positivity from it, and I mean serious shit, man. I like this shit real, man. It's going down. And we have to be a part of this shit, man. We have to be, each and every one of us. Let me move on, because I'll tell you, I go to the break of dawn, man. Yeah, Rod, man, do not count yourself out. I'm willing to wager that before this year is out, brothers who didn't think or, don't want, or didn't think there was a need to be involved in this shit. I'm not going to say you're in for a rude awakening, but hey, man, I think that awakening is going to go a little further. You know what I mean? You'll become more woke to the point where, yeah, man, it's time to get in this shit. Because I think, man, if we don't do that, the same people who are already there now ain't doing jack will continue to be there and not do jack. We have to get up. We have to stand up and speak out for the people. We have to represent the people, man. Wrong people are doing that. And it's a disservice. It's a real disservice, man, in terms of what's actually happening and how it's happening, why it's happening, because a lot of our people are complacent in this get down, y'all. That's the truth, man. That's the truth. So anyway, Al says, man, hey, Rakufu, man, salute to you, Pharaoh. I hope that the evening that there The evening finds you in the best of both physically as well as mentally and spiritually. Okay, I hope that the evening finds you in the best of both physically as well as mentally and spiritually in well-being nonetheless. I don't know if I'm there. Does that mean something specifically? Because I'm lost on that, tell you the truth. But I get the gist of it, and I'm sure Rakufu does as well. That greeting is it's on point. Pharaoh. Rakufu said, man, you are the homie children, man, through oceans lie away from. You are the homie children, though oceans lie away from in the homie to the streets where young soldiers roam from Los Angeles blocks to prison yards. We still call each other homie at home. Yeah. You're going to say, man, bloods in red, Crips in blue, in struggle and in glory, still speaking to homie in cold, still living the story. Excuse me, y'all. Yeah, man. You say, okay, the word never died. It just changed its tone. A spiritual signal in the mind and bone when we say, what's up, homie? Yeah. And they never understood that. And I think we talked about this maybe 3 months ago, how sometimes, we do that, we exercise telepathy. We telepathic with our shit, but it might be a gesture or some type of gesticulation where we, something real minute, you know what I mean? Something real subtle, but we get it. Come on, man. It's all the same. All the same. You're going to say, man, the ancestors replied, you are the homie forever. Kingdoms never die. All right, man. Real spit. Chris say, man, Bub, don't mention Israel. LOL. You already know, man, that's on the menu, right? That's on the menu, man. But, I won't. But we'll refer to the black hats, man, and a lot, we'll get to that. No doubt. No doubt, man. No doubt. All right, you repeated that. He said, Rakufu too. All right, look, salute to you, Pharaoh. I hope that the evening finds you in the very best of health, both physically as well as mentally and also spiritually. Yeah, we got the gist of that. But I get it, I get it. I get it. Yeah, typo for real, Al. Chris said, man, don't mention the black hats in the negative way. They're cracking down on that. You will be shadow banned. I already am. I've realized that. I've been checking that out lately as well. So, you're right. I agree wholeheartedly with what you're saying. So, you'll get it. You'll catch it. We'll catch it when I'm talking about it, so it's all good. Appreciate that advice, man. That heads up. That heads up, man, is very important. So, yeah, man, politics are not what we think they are, y'all. They just aren't. They aren't. There's a lot going on in this thing, this apparatus, man, that they call politics. That, hey, it's some cold shit. It's some cold shit. Real spit. I got something, man. But like I say, first, what I want to do is drop this poem because, like I say, man, I think it's powerful as all get out. It's talking about brothers and sisters, kings and queens, gods and goddesses, in this fight or this war, with the devil. Let's put it like that. All right. We're combating the righteous is combating evil, let's put it like that. But I'm gonna drop that right now, man, just so y'all can get a bar of this, man. And again, hey, drop them thoughts in the comments. Let's do it like that. And drop them thoughts in the comments. Let me make sure I got this thing on screen because I'm getting out of the habit of messing up. All right, here you go. Pay attention. Let me turn this thizzle up, man. Yep, there we go. Give this thing some brightness. There we go. All right, here we go.
I'll take a bruised and battered brother. In fact, I love a lacerated lover. Branded, but candid about how he handled the hand he was handed. I'm talking about the type that done dealt with some hard issues. Type of brother fall down, get up, wipe his tears with scar tissue. I need a brother that survived some shit. One that's lasted through whips, more lashes than chicks. I need a God equipped with gashes, scratches, and nicks, but still mixed with magic and gifts. A king that can cope with the contusion from his confusion. A brother that knows how to lose and not lose him in the process. One that knows how to fail. One that's taken L's, probably smoked some too. The type that's made well. A dude that's made do through the furnace. Got legions from learning and earned him some wisdom, yeah. I'll take the tattered type. This battle life and death within himself. His ropes be wealth of knowledge. You can call his cuts college. Because they taught what them textbooks don't teach.
Right.
I love a brother not so far removed from the streets. One that's danced with defeat and his footwork is still imprinted in the pavement. One who ain't afraid to tell me where the pain went. One that survived his enslavement. I'd be like, yo, give me the one who made it. Baby, I love. Baby, I love. I love a reformed thug with warm hugs and pierced skin, fierce men who made it through. Baby, I love your freckles and faded tattoos. I keep a jar of shea butter just for you. Because I believe in building with brothers with blisters. And as a woman, check my circle. I only surround myself with other sisters that have seen life from all its angles. I'm talking bruises and bangles. Draped in scrapes, but still out here cloaked in capes, whose hurts don't hurt no more, because they've healed and been healed before. Been through the ringer and Zinga, warrior women who got stories on living from dust to dope, hustle to hope, goddesses, often on some human shit, in tune with grit and grind, groomed through wit and time, corns on their feet, just like mines to keep us a cocoa butter for cuts to come. I hang around the type of women that'll tell you straight up that they've looked dumb. That they've looked dumb for love a time or two. I hang around the type of women that'll tell you straight up what they've been through and seem to revisit sometimes. I'm talking about the type of women with stretch marks on their bellies and thighs. From either giving life or shit, just living life. Baby, these are the signs. I'll take a bruised and battered brother.
Man.
And that
Gotta love it, man. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. I'm telling you. Gotta love it. I get a dose of that every day, man. You know, I go in and I look for that resonates, you know what I mean? That I don't know, again, man, I'm in this process, man, where I'm evolving, you know what I mean? So I go and I look for that shit, man, that resonates, man, with the frequency of the vibe, man, and it don't light this up. It lights this up, the soul, you know? Every day, man, I get one. And I'm telling you, that's fuel for me. You know? So when I'm some kind of way, because of whatever I'm going through, man, I look for that type right there, that type of those words, that power. You set me straight, man, get me right, armor me up. All right, continue this fight. You know? Real spit, man. Real spit. That's better than any rap song. You know what I mean? That'd be my get out right there, man. That'd be my get out, man. All right, man. King Plus say, man, I hear you, bub, man. Right back to you, King Plus. Good to see you back up in here, bro. Yeah, Chris, powerful, man. Powerful. I mean, there's a plethora of sisters and brothers who like boom, just drop it on us, man. And it's heavy. It's heavy. You know, you got to be used to that kind of weight, man, to just stand up under it, man. That's how heavy it be. But it's some good shit, man. That type of shit make you strong, man. You know, love that shit. Man, powerful. Only black women can push power like that. Truth to power, man. Truth to power. And I'm in that feeling. I'm in that mindset, man. My spirit is calling out for the shit. I went, like I said, and got some things, man, that I thought were necessary. Were necessary, you know, for us to check out. I want to bring this sister up in here. Oh shit! Did I lose something? Damn! I be fucking up, y'all. I don't know what that was. I just lost. Fuck. All right, ain't gonna worry about it. Damn. Oh, I know what it was. That was a good one too. I don't know how to go back and get that. I ain't gonna lie. All right, let's drop this, man. I want to play this one right quick, man. Right quick. Another great point being made. Great point being made. Check her out. Well, she's presenting it, but check it out.
You will start to question your entire life. So this bizarre experiment exposed something very wild about human behavior. Scientists put 5 monkeys in a room. In the middle of the room, a ladder. And at the top of the ladder, bananas. Every time one of the monkeys tried climbing the ladder to grab the bananas, the scientists sprayed all of them with freezing cold water. So naturally, after a while, the monkeys learned. Touch the ladder, everybody suffers. So they stopped trying. But then the scientists did something really weird. They removed one monkey and replaced it with a brand new one. Now, obviously, the new monkey sees bananas and thinks, jackpot! So it runs for the ladder. But before it can even reach the bananas, the other monkeys start to pull it back down. Eventually, the new monkey learns, don't touch the ladder, even though it never got sprayed with cold water. Then they replaced another monkey until eventually none of the original monkeys were left, meaning none of the monkeys in that room had ever actually experienced the punishment, and yet none of them would touch the ladder. Why? Because that's just how things were done. Sound familiar? Because a lot of people are living by rules right now that they never question, limits that they have accepted, not because they're true, but because nobody ever asked why. Where are you staying limited right now and never stop to question? After you're done watching this, you will start to question your entire.
All right. We'll spit, man. And we know this is the case. Now, sitting up in them stoops, man, we tend to pick up a lot of books. Some of them are beyond, our comprehension, but some we learn to, overstand, we get the picture, I was a big fan of PBS, especially when it came to documentaries, experimentation, on people and stuff like that. I've watched all the Pavlov shit, and a lot of them people, black hat people, experimented, and they did a lot of experimentations way back when, especially when television first became this thing, it was a phenomenon, but after a year or so, they're recording what they're doing. So that experiment in particular right there, I'm aware of, and we all should be. These people have been doing this for a very, very long time before there was even television to record it. They researched a certain way. They, kept notes, they did the study, they did the work, and they were passing on this stuff. I'm saying that to say, man, a lot of what we go through A lot of us have not questioned it. We're told, though, that it is what it is. Leave it alone. We can't change it. It just reminds me when we have conversations about certain things in terms of faith and whatnot. And I don't know why, but I always had this thing about wanting to question it because I think that's human nature. You know what I'm saying? But if we allow ourselves to not do what's natural to us, do what's instinctive. If we don't do that, then we allow ourselves to be told a thing that really has no merit or validity. We're just going on, some type of trauma that may have occurred, to our people. And so we go with that, and before you know it, oh yeah, that don't work because, hey, long time ago, da da da, and like boom, we're stuck in this situation where no one's willing to test the boundaries of shit because for whatever reason, however it came to be, there's almost like a tradition, a certain get down that is not to be infringed upon or explored. This is what we go through. This is what we go through today, 2026. We're still doing this, or we're still going through this, to some extent. Yeah. But also, man, by the same token, I think our people are starting to question shit like, hey, nah, man. Okay, that might have been, but you know what? Let's make sure. Let's find out for sure. Let's make sure, man. We ain't gonna just go on some shit they was talking about 1,000 years ago, man. Fuck that. Let's find out because our babies is coming up behind them and we need them to know for sure what the situation is. And only way we can find that out is if we address it. We address it. I don't know, man. Just deep shit, man. We're going through as a people. And a lot of this shit, man, we're going through because we are not willing to buck the system. Let's put it like that. We're not willing, man, to think outside of the box. We're not willing to try, certain restrictions or restraints or, try certain myths. Fuck that. We in this position, man. We are right here, right now for a reason. That purpose, that reason is to buck against everything we've been told, man. To be like, man, damn all that. The time is now, man, to try, test everything we've been told to get to the validity of it, the truth. We've been told, untruths. We've been, Malcolm said it, man, best. We have been hoodwinked and bamboozled. We have been led astray, man. We got to deal with this shit, But that being said, yeah, I got one more. I lost one, man. I hate I lost it. And it ain't going to make sense for me to go in there and try to find it because I'll be all day, y'all. I probably could find it, but I'm not. It was a good one, too. I'm pretty sure. Oh, little black hat people right here. You're going to love this one. Now, really listen to this one. And we're going to get back to these comments, but really listen to this one. This is something we've been talking about. I'm telling y'all, man, listen. The canvas that they've been painting these pictures on for us to see, sit down and look at, like we're in the Louvre somewhere, like, we're in the Metropolitan, like, oh, man, yeah. That ain't the truth. That interpretation that's been fed to us, man, is a lie. Most of it, the majority of it is a lie, man. All right, that being said, let me go and get up in here, man, because, again, like I say, shit. All right. Check this out.
Announcement. Israel's leaders are after young black men in our community. Check this out.
One of the people in attendance at this secret meeting was Judith Varney Shorer. She's a former Israeli consul general who was operating out of Atlanta. She was one of the main people saying that the biggest problem that they had was young black people in the United States. But don't worry, they've got some black leaders on the payroll.
Man.
The major problem of Israel is with the young generation of the black community.
On the internet, it's a big talk about draft coming to draft people into the military, right? And this war is based on helping Israel, right? But young black people are a threat. So why do you want them to fight a war for you if we're a threat? Think about this. If you refuse, right? Don't you know it's a felon? Guess what? They're going to take away your gun rights, right? And on top of that, they're going to throw you in prison. And check this. All this is a trick to disarm you. Make these guys felons because they're going to refuse anyway. And then we can throw them in prison and take away their guns, right? And we can give them however much time we want to give them because we're a threat. Think about that, bro. Think about what she said. Why you think it's so much violent in Atlanta? These are the ones that stirring it up in the background, whether you know it or not. They want us to fight and kill each other because they really want Atlanta. Public announcement. Israel's leaders are after young black men in our community. Check.
Real spit. Now, we had that conversation in terms of what we know the plan to be. The black hat people, man, are on some serious shit. But this should come as no surprise to anybody who studied history, right? If you study history, you'll understand about the black hats. You'll understand. Been going on for a very, very long time. They've been doing this, and their motto, their motive is to take control, run shit, and do away with everybody but themselves. You know what I mean? But in this respect, when we're talking about that individual and the assessment she made in terms of having certain individuals on the payroll, it's truth to power. That's some real shit. It's some real shit. I mean, all you got to do, man, is look at Congress right now and see who takes money from them people. Those are the people who they run or they control. They tell what to do. Real shit. Now, some of our people are smart enough to make sure they don't fall, into that category, right? So they do around the corner type get down, under the table, backdoor moves so that they won't be attached to, or there won't be no attachment to that get down or them people, right? But all it takes is research. You'll find them. And even if they're not dealing with them specifically, there's another one who's aligned or attached to, might even be a subsidiary or, connected. They'll go and deal with them around the way, under the table, or behind closed doors. They're all connected. Those lobbies, not only that, but when we're talking about those people, we're talking about, man, all the organizations that support those people. One of the main ones, and Judith Shore is an advocate of, is the ADL. I'll just say that. For those who don't know, look it up. All right? The ADL. All our black politicians are aligned with the ADL. And I ain't going out on a limb by saying that. I'm above, you don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I do. All of them. The ADL, okay? And the ADL pull more strings, man, than any other lobby of the black hats. Any other. The ADL actually makes or break anybody that's not a black hat. They make or break them. It's just what it is. That's what it is, you know, and that's what, you know, we're up against. That's what we're really fighting, man. And it's only because, like I said, man, our people are willing to go along with this get down, man. It's a problem. I wish I had that other clip because I tell you it was fire. And all right, no, I'm not gonna go look for it because I'm not gonna find it. Well, I may. Hold on. Let's see something right quick. Well, I wish I had that guy. Okay. Oh, yeah, it's powerful. 1 second, everybody. Got something for you. Was it him? Yeah, it was him. Damn it. I got to find him. I think I can. Give me a minute, y'all. Drop something in the comments to keep this conversation going. Oh, did I drop this one? Ha, found it. No, I think I dropped this yesterday. Yeah. Okay, we ain't gonna do that. That ain't the one I want. Anyway. All right, let me get out of there, man, because I'm taking too much time trying to find it. Damn. Okay. Hold on, y'all. Was it this one? Oh, yeah, it was this one. Oh, shit. Let me see if I can find him. Powerful. Give me a minute, y'all. Work with me. Hang in there. Come on, man. I know you in here, boy. All right. We ain't gonna worry about it. Damn. I got too much scrolling. Too much scrolling just to... Oh, shit. Was that him? No. All right. Too much scrolling, man. Damn it. It was him, though. No doubt. I ain't gonna find him, though. One more second. One more minute, y'all. Now, this brother is talking about some heavy shit. The last brother was tight. He was cool. But this one, it might piss some people off. I don't know. No, that ain't him. Damn. That's him, but that ain't the one. No. Go in there. Hold on. 1 second, y'all. Fuck. All right. Come on, bro, man. All right, I can't find him, man. It's just too much scrolling, take too much time. I have his ass ready tomorrow, though. All right, that's enough. All right, I can't find him, man. I'm pissed off about that. Fuck. Accidentally got rid of that. All right, I see you up in here, Frederick. How's a brother, man? Right back to you, 4 of them, man. Rakufu say, Bub, man, I was just looking for this video to show you, and you was already playing it. Wow. The 5-monkey concept. Amazing how we think alike. I think that's what we do. We're on the same wavelength, man, all of us, man. I was looking at something like that today as well, where it said that our wavelengths are the same. Our DNA is the same. You know, And more than we know, we think about some of the same things, our minds, as well as, what we experience, internally on the same wavelength, man, or the same frequency. The fact of the matter is, though, we have so many distractions, so much that comes at us or that we're bombarded with, we aren't able to focus and connect like we should. So I'm not surprised that, hey, man, that, I'm not, what I mean? It's refreshing. It's cool to know, you know what I mean? So that's a good look, man. You say, man, as soon as I found it and came back to text it to you, your version was going off. Wow. Okay, now you say, Bub, type in the flea in the jar in YouTube and show us. The flea in the jar. I ain't heard of that one, bro. Oh, shit. Okay, the flea in the jar. Yeah, I've never heard of that one. Oh, shit. Give me 1 second, everybody. Lost my place. All right, there we go. All right, the flea in the jar. Let's go check that out. YouTube. Let's get that out of there. The flea in the jar experiment. Okay, that might be it. Okay, how long is it, Ra? The one you're talking about, how long is it, bro? I got like 3 or 4 of them. Damn, more than 3 or 4. Got one that's a minute and 16 animation. Let me know which one you're talking about, so I dropped the right one, bro. About a minute. All right, let me check it out. It ain't that one. Is it the one with Steve Harvey's talking? Similarity in fleas in human behavior. That may be it right there. Let me see what you say, Ra. It says similarity in fleas in human behavior. 50 seconds. Okay, got you. All right, let's drop this. Got it. You say training fleas. Damn. You train a flea? All right, get a bar of this, y'all.
Training fleas requires a glass jar with a lid. The fleas are placed inside the jar and the lid is then sealed.
Motherfuckers hopping out the motherfucker.
They are left undisturbed for 3 days. Then, when the jar is opened, the fleas will not jump out.
Mm.
In fact, the fleas will never jump higher than the level set by the lid.
Mm.
Their behavior is now set for the rest of their lives. And when these fleas reproduce, their offspring will automatically follow their example.
Wow. Wow. Escape the circus and live beyond the limits of the imaginary lid. Wow. And if that ain't deep, so that's us, huh? That's us. You know, we got this glass lid, man. We got this thing that doesn't actually exist, but we won't elevate. We won't go beyond it. We've been trained so well. Wow. Man, Bub, man, Rakufu said, Bub, I was looking at, okay, we already had that discussion. That's cool, man. So we just showed that, man. I don't know. What did y'all get from that? I mean, immediately I caught it. And immediately I assigned that to some of what we're going through. You know what I mean? As a people, you know, we've been made to believe or made to think that we can't go beyond what we, our abilities. They say a flea have a 36-inch vertical, man. That sucker can jump 36 inches. That's 3 feet. But you contain it. You put a lid on it for 3 days. So you condition us for however many generations. And you remove the lid, man, hey, we're not going to do what we're supposed to do. We're not going to do what comes natural to us because we've been conditioned, man, to not perform at a level of our excellence, our abilities. That's crazy, man. And this is what we see us going through every day. Chris said, facts, man. You got to push the limit and break down barriers. That's the thing, y'all. Rakufil said, Bub, one more. The Ash conformity. The Ash conformity. All right, the Ash conformity. Let's go look at that, bro. Wow. Was that SK? I think it was SK. No, CH, excuse me. Oh man, I'm up on this one though. Okay, which one you want? The 4-minute one? Which one, Ra? No, I ain't put it in there. Bub, one more. The Ash conformity. So I got a few, Ra. Which one do you want? New to your channel. What is your name? All right. Hey, Jody Jebs, 7690. This is Under the Groove Podcast. You just call me Bub, B-U-B-B. This is touching bases with people. We do this every Monday through Friday. We touch bases with the people. We come in, we have those conversations, dialogues, and debates with one another in regards or in terms of what, our experiences are. Do we all experience some of the same, things in society for the most part? Yeah. One thing that we have, one caveat. You can agree to disagree here, all right? But by all means, do it respectfully. All right. We don't curse each other out. We don't do that. There are no N words, there are no B's, no hoes, none of that. You can agree to disagree all you want. Disagree all you want. You can act, just be passionate about it. So what? Great. But do not be disrespectful. That's all we ask. All right. Here we focus on the focus. So from Monday to Friday, 6:15 to whenever my wife send me a text saying, hey, shut it down. All right. So you're more than welcome to be here. Appreciate your presence right now. Peace and prosperity to you and your fam. All right. One love. And appreciate you. Hopefully, not only will you like and share, but you'll subscribe to this Get Down as well. All right. Under the Groove Podcast. All right, 50 seconds, Ra. I didn't see a 50-second one. No. And there are a lot of them, but I don't see one for 50 seconds, Ra. Give me another number, man. The shortest I saw was about a minute and a half. Oh, wait. Got it. 46 seconds. Let's try this one. Ah, shit. Hold on. Shit. All right, got it. Let's drop this, man. Let's see what Rod talking about. One more time. Mm. You don't see it? All right.
In
My
the
bad.
1950s, psychologist Solomon Asch conducted a series of experiments that revealed the powerful impact of social pressure on human behavior. Asch's conformity experiments involved participants being asked to match the length of a line on one card with one of 3 lines on another card. The catch was that each participant was placed in a room with several confederates who intentionally gave incorrect answers. Despite the correct answer being obvious, many participants conformed to the group's incorrect answers at least once. This striking result demonstrated how strongly social pressure can influence individuals, even when the group consensus is clearly wrong. Asch's findings showed that people are often willing to conform, even if it means going against their own perceptions and judgments. In the 1950s,
All right. Man. Yeah, we see that in today's society as well, man. Appreciate that one. Appreciate that one, Ra. Yeah, we see that every day. Peer pressure is a mug, right? Even when we know shit is wrong, but we see enough of us or enough of our people doing this shit, we go along with it just because it's being done. You know, every day. Bad business, man. That's bad business. Henry Cedello said, man, peace and blessings to free thinkers. One love. Salute to you, brother Bub. Hope everything and everyone is having a good day. Peace and prosperity to you as well, Henry. Good to see you up in here, bro. May your family be well. You know, you guys do what you're supposed to do to keep everything. And there's a meaning behind that, all right? I don't just say it just to say it. Everything is everything, all right? Good to see you, bro. Oh, you want the 4-minute one, Ra? Damn. I already got rid of that mug. Quinn and Zinga say at Jody Jeb 7690. Happy to have you here. Welcome to the Royal Group Congregation, where it goes down. Again, yeah. Peace and prosperity, Jody, man, for tapping in with us, you know. Are we not seeing it, bub? All right, there it is. I might go back and do the 4-minute one. I didn't get rid of it. Yeah, I still have it. I may go in there and do the 4-minute one. I'm messed up about the fact that I couldn't find this guy, man. And it was some powerful ish, you know. It's powerful. I don't know how I lost it, but I did. I have to admit that part. Man, I lost that shit, man. Oh man, shit. What the hell? Hold on, because that might have been Facebook. I'm sitting up on Instagram. 1 second, everybody. 1 second. There you go. Okay. Oh, got it. I got to go. That's Instagram. 1 second. Let's go it that way. Okay. Let's see what comes up. Don't play with me. Shit. Part 2, maybe. One second, y'all. Fuck. What the fuck? Okay. Need that one. 1 second. Ah. No. Yeah. I was about to say, man, a lot of what our people going through, man, you know, it's a cold game being played on us. We're led to believe that a lot of what we're going through is our fault. That also involves or includes slavery, right? Dude, that cannot be your nose. But again, there's a lot of BS, man, that's been put down to paint the picture or get the perception that we are the reason we're in this position because our people did this to us and no one else. Okay, I can't find it, man. I thought I'd maybe ever find it. No, not him. Fuck. I don't know what happened, man. I lost it. I had it. It's gone. Got it. Nope, that's part 5. Can I get it from part 2? From part 5? Fuck. All right, we ain't gonna worry about it. All right, let's see if that works. If this don't bring it up, I'm done. I don't see it. Ooh. Close. All right, we good. I'll drop it tomorrow, man. I can't find it, but I thought that I could. It's real powerful. I'm pretty sure y'all hear this, y'all see this, y'all be like, oh shit, yeah. That part. You want to see this shit. I'm telling you, you gotta see it. Just hate that I lost up. Damn, why we keep getting 5 and not 2? Must be coming up on it. Makes me want to keep. Come on, man. So close. All right. Shit, man. Gotta get the people what they want, man. What the fuck? Where is you? Where are you? All right, let's go on. Damn. All right. Fuck. Oh. I found it. Damn. All right. Damn. And if y'all still hanging with me, appreciate your patience. I just felt it was imperative to get this one, man. I found it. I'm happy for us. Let me play this right quick, right? Let me play this, man. All right. Now, this is some serious shit, y'all. It's a cold game being played on us. I know that much.
Do not have a history of oppression and violence towards Jews. We've never burned any synagogues. We've never lynched any Jews, and we've never taken jobs away from Jews just because we didn't like what they had to say. Oh, but Jewish folks most certainly have a history of violence and oppression towards black folks. Let's deal with it. The Anti-Defamation League is notorious for labeling black folks anti-Semitic, but let's take a look at the ADL's founder. Leo Frank is one of the founding fathers of the ADL. This man murdered a white child and blamed 2 black folks. His lawyer didn't want any Negro evidence presented in open court, and he's quoted as saying, "If you put a nigger in a hopper, he'll drip lies." Oh, this truth hurt, don't it? Judah P. Benjamin. Who is he? Judah P. Benjamin was a Jewish lawyer and enslaver of 140 human beings on his Louisiana plantation. He was vice president of the Confederacy and its Secretary of War. Secretary of War. So significant was Benjamin to the slaveholders that his picture was on Confederate money. This man was on their bread. Check this out. After the Civil War, Benjamin fled America, taking multiple bales of cotton with him in order to finance his life in exile. He used these slave-picked cotton profits to invest in a newly forming terrorist group known as the Ku Klux Klan. So if you think I'm here to tell you that the founder of the KKK was Jewish, you damn right. Ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall most certainly set you free.
Real spit, man. I had to drop that because I thought it was important enough to drop it. Again, when we talk about the plight of the people, most of us don't really get the part in terms of how the plight started, you know, who has their fingerprint on it, you know? And for a lot of us, it'd be hard to believe, you know, that those people had their fingerprint on this whole situation, you know, that the KKK is those people's creation, you know? And look how they twisted it, though. Look how Europeans advocate it, push it. That behavior they got from them, the black hats. You know? I mean, they were ensconced, they were knee deep in politics in the country. Had a lot to do with the Civil War, you know. slavery. Man, we just do the history, we'll know who our real enemy is. I'm not for 1 minute, man, being fooled in terms of who the real enemy is. I'm not in the least bit. But I realize that most of our people are. Most of our people call them friends to the black man, by the same way that they started the KKK, they started the NAACP, Urban League. Come on, man. They're in the halls of power right now, dictating the brothers and sisters on how to vote. It got them so caught up that they've forgotten about us, our own people, because they're paying attention to the interest of the black hats and not us. They have an agenda. And it is to destabilize our communities, just as it is to destabilize communities in the Middle East. It's the same get out. And by any means, they'll go about doing that shit. But we so caught up, we don't see this shit, man. We lost. We lost in the sauce, man, for real. Them black cats been playing a cold game, man. And most of the people around the world know this. This is why they gave them Palestine, to keep them out of their shit. Get them out of here, give them Palestine. Give them Palestine. The Russians knew, the British knew, Germans knew, the French knew, the Portuguese knew, the Spaniards knew. Christopher Columbus is one of them. Them people is knee deep in our business. And that their reason for being is to make sure, man, we don't wake the hell up, man. Knee deep in our shit. And they keep our politicians so distracted that they can't do the work of the people. Because they've been led to believe that the work of them is more important. And they believe it. All right. Man, my eye caught that immediately, Smoke, and I'm gonna address that, and I'll go back to James and everybody else. Smoke said, man, the Ashkenazi are only part of the problem. The real problem are the Khazarian mafia, who has a shoot to kill order, the Mount Zionists, who cannot die on the planet but sent through a portal. Yeah, my brother-in-law talks about them right there, Smoke. Yeah, this shit, man, this shit go way, 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 way back, man. It goes way back. And, it goes so far back that it's been around so long that, for anybody to think that it stopped existing, that it's not here today, you're being fooled. That's foolhardy thinking, And so when we talk about politics, we have to understand, man, that shit is controlled and ran by them people, man. So therefore, man, it's not set up for us to succeed in that apparatus or that system. It's their system. That system is ran by money, period, point blank. Who got the money? Got the money. Well, man, we got to be mindful of everything that's going on, man, in order for us to get over this shit. And we got to stop affiliating ourselves and labeling people friends, and comrades, man, when they're not. They bank on us being ignorant. They bank literally, figuratively, and literally bank on us being ignorant. They right now they just look at them, they're scrambling about a vote. When they don't even get the politics, the way they're set up in this country, are not in support of them. We don't even see that part. We just all up and on, oh, they took the vote. You know, and our vote don't mean jack, because when we utilize it on people we think that's going to go into the halls of power and do the bidding of the people. But once they get there, there's already someone waiting for them, letting them know it ain't going that way, man. But you could do yourself some good if you go along with this program. Come on, man. This god dang, this shit is right in our face that is happening just like that. And that don't just go for our politicians. You know, it's a trickle down effect, man. You know, our business, you know, leaders, man, are those who are blacks who had corporations and sold them, that could have done so much more for the community. For whatever reason, they sold them. You know, but by the same token, those who had money that wanted to buy corporations that could have done something for the people, they were checked. Children unalive, they were sent to prison, you know, all kind of shit. You know, this is how they work. Celebrities, athletes, you know, influencers, the traps, prison, poverty, all this shit, man. Their fingerprint is on it. Their fingerprint is on it. You know, one of the craziest things I see occurring, man, that it messes me up that our brothers and sisters don't even see this, is that you have two individuals in the social media space that caters to the black community only. I don't care what they only. And man, that shit is all negative. They keep that shit going, don't they? Don't they? 12 Adam and Lad V, they keep that shit going, man. And brothers be gung-ho about hairing up, getting on that thing to create more dissension and division. They spurred on. They laugh and joke, hey, what do you think about it? Hit them with what they think is a serious ass question, right? Fucking idiots, man. Or sellouts, you know, one or the other. And for those who don't even go on, you know, 12 Adam or Lad V, they still promote the same shit. We were just, you know, the experiments, man, this shit is real. But this is what we face. And again, y'all, that reaches deep. It's all encompassing. So when a lot of us brothers and sisters, we say, hey, man, this shit ain't for us, it's because, man, reality, experience, our history, as it should tell each and every one of us, that's a fact. It's not for us. And we really want to, and again, I don't think it's about beating them. You know, it shouldn't be about, well, let's stay in the system, let's assimilate, and let's take it over. That'll never happen. It's their game. So when brothers and sisters say, hey, man, here's a script, here's a solution, unplug, separate. That's the business. That's how you or we win. And again, we're not doing it, you know, in retribution, man, or, you know, or in vengeance or retaliation. We're doing it, man, because this is the way we're geared. We're, you know, our DNA, we're built like that, just to do that and not have to be, you know, all, you know, yeah, we did that, you know, that ain't us. We ain't got to glow. Ain't nobody willing to do that. Ain't nobody willing to do that, man. So when we see all this shit going on, man, and we fail to realize that this shit is orchestrated, man. It's manufactured, man, to be this, man. When we fail to see that, man, then that means, man, for the most part, man, our fight, our struggle is going to take a little longer, you know? And really, we ain't got no time, man. That's the thing a lot of us don't get. You're talking about politics, man. You're talking about involving yourself in a system that really don't want you in it. There's only one purpose for you, technically. It is not for you to have no power in this apparatus or this construct that consists of power running people. Oh, man, this shit is not rocket science, man. But hey, first time any of us get to say, nah, man, this is oh, y'all tripping, y'all ignorant, y'all don't understand what it takes to we No, man, we do. You know, we're not clicking right now because y'all not willing to understand beyond what y'all understand or what y'all been taught. That's the problem. That's the problem. All right, let me get in there, man, right quick, man. Your time is running out. I see you up in there, James. I see you, Pope. Peace and blessings, brother. Peace and prosperity, both of you. James always come in ready to go, man, guns blazing. He said, man, I hate a conformist with a passion. Real spit, bro. You're going to say, I agree, but I absolutely don't see eye to eye on everything everyone says. It's brothers like Al Thomas and Alonzo Johnson that absolutely stay on the money, and I'm with them. Yeah. And, you know, listen, man, that's the beauty, though, of the brothers, man, and the sisters. It's the fact that we do have not just opinions, you know what I mean? But we have convictions, you know? And I think that's the beautiful part about it, man. That our convictions, man, though they may be different, they differ. There is a core or a center, a meeting place for all our opinions and convictions to meet up at. And I guarantee you, we'll come to one understanding, you know, and even if we don't, that's fine too. But our purpose is to overcome this plight, this thing we're in. That's what we were built for. That's why we exist, I think, you know. Yeah, man, to have brothers like that, man, is not only, man, beneficial to the people, but it's an honor, man, to have them. You know what I mean? Even when we don't agree. Beautiful shit. You're going to say, and it's a couple other brothers where I simply just don't agree, period. For me, it's in one ear and out the other, but to each their own. Some dudes just be babbling and rambling. I'm not into that. Rakufu said, man, the story of the two wolves. Yeah, I know that one, though. We'll do that one tomorrow. I'm going to write that down, Ra. I'm going to tell you another one. Who gave the analogy, man, where they talked about how hunters would hunt a wolf. They'll take a blade and they'll put blood on the blade. They'll stick the handle of the blade into the ice. The wolf will smell the blood come along, man, and they'll lick the blood off the blade, not realizing he's cutting his tongue and he's licking his own blood. You get that shit? He's killing himself, thinking he's getting something. When all along, man, that's to get down, man. You know, this is what we're doing to ourselves. We're killing ourselves thinking we're getting something, man. We ain't getting shit. But a shorter lifespan, you know? That's it. I don't know if anyone else has heard that analogy. One of our brothers, I think it was Chairman not Chairman Mao. It'll come to me, man. Fuck. Two wolves. But the analogy is so cold, man. It's some real life shit. Up to date shit, man. All right, Poke, I see you, bro. See what it do, bub. What up to the RGC? I just got in. What's going on? on the hottest live in the city, man. B1 Black First. For those of you who don't know, Black First. Period, point blank. Let's go. Let's put us first, man. Our concerns, our interests, our issues, our struggles first. Black First. B1, y'all, and focus on the focus. Appreciate you, Poke, man. Peace and prosperity to you, brother. Love and respect, man. Good to see you up in here, man. James say, I agree, bub, man. I absolutely don't see eye to eye. I already read that. All right, Bill Loudtree, where you been, man? Where you been? Good to see you back up in here amongst us, bro. Peace and prosperity to you and your family, man. May everything be everything. Here you are, and it's a pleasure to have you amongst us. You say, man, the more you praise and celebrate your life, the more there is in life to celebrate. The struggle you're in today is developing the strength you'll need tomorrow. All right? Peace and blessings under the groove. Appreciate that, man. That Rakufu just said, man, bub, you just dropped something I wanted to ask you to bring you know, and it's a trip how we think on the same wavelengths. I have to say the same thing to Bill. Now I'm searching for it now because what he just said, I actually wrote down today. Oh, fuck. Anyway, yeah, man, truth to power right there. The struggles we're in today, everybody, are there to help develop, you know, the strengths we'll need tomorrow as we continue along this journey, these paths, you know. These struggles mean something, you know. They're there actually, yeah, to help develop us, to strengthen us, you know. Real spit, man. Appreciate that, Bill. Good to see you back again, man. Folks said, man, Rakufu, man, top up to you, brother. Are you talking about the good wolf and the angry wolf? Yeah. James say, man, I'm out of here, bub. I got to stay focused. I'm out of here, bub. I got to stay focused on my shit, period. PTT, I'm out one. Hey, man, peace, prosperity, man. Take care of yourself throughout the rest of this day. Love and respect you, bro. He said, if you can't find it, bro, maybe it ain't that important. Oh, you're talking about to get out there. You missed it if you're gone. I don't have much patience today. Hey, man, you know. But, you know, we got to be in control. We have to be in control of all of that, you know. And at the same time, we can get to choose what we utilize our patience on. So no problem there, bro. The Camarians, okay. So I don't know what did I said. The Kazimarians and Rakufu said the Camarians. I keep typing Khazarian. It keep writing Camarian. Oh, all right. Khazarians. Okay. All right. Folks said, man, being a white-ish person made it easy for them to infiltrate the European. This is the reason why when they landed in the Americas, it was different than the black slave being forced to America. And what they did because of the color of their skin, they were able to learn the European style of life, get under them, and steal the game from them in the most major way, like banking. They did that, right? But they've been doing this for a long time. Real spit. You know, if you believe the parables, the stories, or scripture, they were doing that inside place of worship, you know, banking. You know, when Jesus went and kicked over the table, you know what I mean? So they've been at this for a long while, probably way before then, you know? Probably way before then. Okay. Probably. Henry Man said, man, speak on it, brother Bub. The internet is exposing a lot of history, waking our people up, and they are getting nervous. So just on that note, right? Check it out, Henry. Facts. They see this shit. They see it. And they've actually, I think, while they were in them think tanks, man, for however many decades they've been doing it, to say, okay, at some point, this is what's gonna happen. That frequency in these people is super strong, man. Them body, hey, man, look, they are the chosen one. So when this starts to happen, what are we gonna do? Now we got to start thinking in terms, okay, what they're gonna throw at us next. They threw everything at us, including the kitchen sink. You know, they done went from throwing rocks at us, man, and all this other shit, bullets, diseases, everything. Now they at the kitchen sink. What's next? Yeah, because in fear, well, you know, fear make people do some shit, man. What's next? That's what we got to be prepared for. Whatever we got to be able to think, man. Come on, man. We can do all that. Figure them out quick, man. Real quick. And be prepared for the BS that's coming. Rakufu say, Bud, play one more of the story of the two wolves on YouTube. What our time look like? Okay. Almost ran out of juice on my laptop, y'all. All right. One more, man. One more. What time we got? Oh, shit. All right, one more. How long is that, Ra? Because I got it up. Got one for 3 minutes. We got two for 3.5 minutes. Which one you talking about? You talking about the Cherokee legend of the two wolves? Or the tale of the two wolves? That's 2 minutes. Yeah. Which wolf win? Okay, hurry up, drop that in there, bro, so I can grab the right one. In terms of minutes, that way I can find it quicker. Okay, you said tail. You said take. Dead President said that. No, yeah, it's on the album Dead President about how hunters hunt wolves. Yeah, that's my group, bro. That's my group. Dead Prayers, man. Yeah, man, shit, I get to banging some Dead Prayers. I'll be ready. Okay, all right, calm down. All right. Hold them up, man. Hold them up. Slow it up. All right, where the story of the two wolves, but which one though, Ra? I need to know because there's so many. In terms of minutes, so I can drop it in here right quick. James left us. He didn't have any patience tonight. Can't be mad at him. Shit, this is what life do to us. It wears us down. Truth to power, man. Okay, Smoke said, man, propaganda and social engineering. Man, look, man, all manufactured. And they ain't nobody better at it than they are. Put it like that. I don't know. We might be better at succumbing to it than anybody else. That's a fact, or it could be called or labeled as much. But again, man, I just think that as a people, man, there's nothing we can't overcome when we decide to, you know, should we decide to, you know. And I see every day more and more of the indication that more and more of our kings and queens, our gods and goddesses are rising up, you know, and coming out of this slumber. I'm starting to see it. I wish I'd like to see more on YouTube than I do on Instagram, for instance, you know, and even TikTok. But I think TikTok is not going to be a platform for that. You know, as we know, the American version of it was bought by Trump and his cohorts. The Black Hat people actually bought it, you know, and they bought it like Benjamin said, how do we win this war? How do we get the upper hand? He said it. He said social media. It's how we win the war. This is how we change the minds of people, you know, and have them focus on everything and anything but us. Social media. And he named them. He said TikTok and Instagram. But I see on Instagram more and more of our brothers and sisters rising up, you know, and that's beautiful, you know. When we get this thing going on YouTube, get more and more brothers in here talking about, you know, empowerment, you know, waking up now, rising up and coming into our purpose. That'd be the shit. That would be the shit. Okay, so you say any one of them. Okay. Then that means no, it's on YouTube. All right, let's go with the Legend of the Two Wolves, Native American legend. All right, the real story of the two wolves. That's another 3-minute one. You said the story of the two wolves. That is what you said, the story of the two wolves. So I'll go with that one. Let me make sure that's what you said. I'm pretty sure you did. Story of the two wolves. Okay, we're going to go with that one, bro. The story of the two wolves. All right. That's only a minute, though. Well, let's go with it. No problem. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to like that one. Hold on. Okay. It's Cherokee, so. Let's do this one. All right. All right, here we go. Hold on. Let me get it in here.
The two wolves story everyone should hear. Inside every human being, there are two dangerous wolves. One leads you toward anger, fear, and hatred, and the other has the power to change your entire life. But the scary part is one of those wolves is controlling your life right now, and maybe you don't even realize it. In a small village, there lived a young boy. From the outside, he looked calm, but inside, he was always filled with anger. Getting angry over small things, feeling jealous of others, and sitting alone at night, quietly crying had become a part of his life. One day, he asked his grandfather, "Why is there always a battle inside me?" His grandfather was known as the wisest man in the village. He asked the boy to sit beside him and softly said, "Inside every human being there are two wolves." The boy looked confused. "Two wolves," his grandfather smiled. "The first wolf is dangerous. It is filled with anger, hatred, fear, jealousy, and greed." The boy listened carefully. Then the old man continued, "But the second wolf is completely different. It is filled with peace, love, courage, hope, and kindness." The wind moved gently through the
जीवन में
trees.
दुख का
The
कारण
boy sat
हमारी
silently,
इच्छाएं
thinking
हैं।
deeply. Then he
Sorry about that, y'all. I don't know what the fuck. The fuck was that? Ah. Damn. I don't know what that was, y'all. It was my fault, but all right, let me get that back up in here. Oh, that thing gone now. Damn. I'm having the worst luck today, man, with this shit. All right, we ain't gonna let. Sorry about that, y'all. I don't know what the hell I did, but I did it. Let's get back in here. Hold on. My bad.
There is a legend I wish to share with you. It is said that a wise Cherokee elder was once teaching his young grandson about life. There is a war going on inside of me, said the elder. It is a war between the two wolves. One wolf is evil. He is anger, envy, jealousy, sorrow, regret, greed, arrogance, self-pity, guilt, resentment, inferiority, lies, false pride, superiority, and ego. But the other wolf is good. He is joy, peace, love, hope, serenity, humility, kindness, benevolence, empathy, generosity, truth, compassion, and faith. Then the elder placed a hand on his grandson's shoulder. This same war is raging within you and within the heart of every man, woman, and child. The young man was thoughtful for a moment and then asked, "Which wolf will win?" The grandfather's reply was simple: "The one you feed." I have learned that the point of life's walk is not where or how far I move my feet, but how I am moved in my heart. If I walk far, but am angry toward others as I journey, I walk nowhere. If I conquer mountains, but hold grudges against others as I climb, I conquer nothing. If I see much, but regard others as enemies, I see no one. Whether we walk among our people or alone among the hills, happiness in life's walking depends on how we feel about others in our hearts. We travel only as far and as high as our hearts will take us. If I was to move forward, I needed to leave all that was backward behind. Whatever you carry that invites a backward walking, leave it behind. Which wolf will win? The one you feed.
That's deep, man. Make you think about some shit, right? It's funny, we were having this conversation just now and yesterday, maybe last week as well, when we discussed what's up, what are we to do when we get to where we need to be? Do we take our anger out on them people? Do we deal with this so that we can exact retribution and vengeance on these people? And I've admitted this as much. Excuse me. I've wavered between the two, like, yeah, there's some punishment they deserve, but at the same time, I'm like, the punishment, man, for them would be to us just go about our business. We wasted enough energy and time on y'all. We're done, and that would be the most effective form of retribution, you know. That's what I think now, you know. Yeah, which wolf we gonna feed, man? Because if we continue to feed, we got our issues we got to deal with, man. And we got to get beyond this, okay, what happened to it and who did it. We got to get to the business, man, the work for the people, man. The generations coming behind us. We don't have energy for nothing else, man. And if we exercise or allow that energy to exist, I think then we will fall off course. We'll lose focus. The best thing for us, and this is my mindset, you know, I was saying to you guys, not just today, but I've been saying it for a week now. I understand this transition, right? This evolution is crazy, but I know it's there, right? It's happening. To hell with them, man. But we need to get on ours. We need to focus on us. That's what B1 means. We're not tripping on nothing else, man. You know? At all that went on, man, when we get to where we're supposed to be, none of that would matter. And they would see the error in their ways. They'll see their folly. Because you won't have us to kick around no more. In fact, we pay, hey, man. Yeah, we don't have nothing to do with you no more. You know, what greater revenge is there if that's something, you know, you own, than to just, you know, we're going about our business, man. Which wolf will we feed, man? Man. And I tell you, man, most of us, we have in our minds, in our hearts, that wolf that says, oh, man, can't let them get away with nothing. You know? I mean, even today when we see there's this thing called leave black people alone, you know, Godfrey, right? The comedian, you know, I don't know, man, even in that respect, I don't know, man, it's hard in that respect to look at some shit and not allow that wolf to eat when there is a certain energy being worked against you in that moment. You know what? I mean, come on, for real, what wolf wins out? You know, I don't know. But I get the point of the whole get down too. In what mindset, what wolf are we going to allow to grow, to exist? And if it's the one that's full of hatred, vengeance, jealousy, envy, you know, things of that nature, yeah, then, you know, we're not going to get our work done. For sure, our work won't be completed. If it's the other one, then yeah, that focus is based upon, man, again, our excellence, you know, our ascension, you know, our evolution, and leaving all that's behind us right there behind us. I don't know. Appreciate that, Raw, man. All right, Poke said, dang, Poke, you started from somewhere. I lost spot. Okay. Poke said, man, being a white-ish person made it easy for them to infiltrate the European. This is the reason why when they landed in America, it was different than the black slave being forced to America. All right. And what they did because of the color of their skin, they was able to learn the European style of life, get under them. They were able to learn the European style of life, get under them and steal the game from them in the most major way, like banking, controlling everything, just like them figuring out the rap game and taking over our culture and hip hop. It is a sad thing, man. Chris said we don't need them. I agree. We just need us. And again, when we say what we say, we have to mean it and know why we're saying it. We are all we got. You don't got nobody else. You know, there's nobody else who got us. Now, just the fact that we know this, we realize that we live in this every day. That's all should be. That's the only thing that should be our focus. Our focus shouldn't even be who down with us. We already know that. And we should carry no anger and animosity. We should just appreciate the fact that we know what it is. It is what it is. All right, let's move on. Let's get our shit together, man, and not waste any more time. And this is what we've been saying in the last 2 days. Stop wasting time. Stop directing our focus on the, because man, it's no good. It's gonna mess us up. We have to focus on us, man, to get the job done. It's time to move on. It's time to move on, man. That's what I say. You know, and prepare for that time, a moment when they think that no, we're not even gonna let y'all move on now. You know, let everything we're supposed to be doing be righteous, man, above board, so that if that should ever occur, our actions are righteous. You know what I mean? We moving in the power of the spirit, man, the source, the force. That's how, you know, this is how it's gonna happen. You know, freedom, man. That's what we after. That's it. And we have to be the ones to get that. We can't depend on nobody else, and don't worry about what nobody else say. Let's get it. It's ours. Chris said, man, we don't need them. I agree. He said, Bub, you're like Dr. Umar. I hope not. Very intelligent brother, though. You know, and you know, I don't know if I could say off the rip that, you know, he's wise, like wise, because, you know, I don't know. I don't know if there's such thing. Even in our wisdom, we make mistakes. You know what I mean? So I rather say it like that. You know, brother's super intelligent, man. Type of brother we actually need in this get down, man. And we should be grateful to have him. But he made some mistakes, you know, and that's all right. You know what I mean? As long as you don't make them again, you know, and what you own is righteous. You know what I mean? But yeah, in terms of the mistakes he made, nah, I wouldn't do that. I did, you know. Again, I got issues even asking our people for money. I'm not with none of that. You know, I'm not gonna do none of that. You know, you know, and to do that and then not produce and then find out, you know, this, that, and the third, you know, boom, man, come on, bro. But super intelligent brother, man, knows his shit. You know, but again, intelligence does not necessarily amount to wisdom, being wise. You know what I mean? That's a process, you know, wisdom, you know, and that's what I'm on. I like to think that I'm just starting this journey of wisdom. So, you know, and Dr. Umar, man, I think he's a very intelligent brother, man. Power and peace, you know, to that brother, you know. And we would love to see his growth, man. We need him, real spit. Rakufu, dead presidents. You already know, bro. That's a cool analogy too, how they do it and how you can take that and use that as an example of what's occurring in our communities, right? You know, they got us thinking from the rap game on that we're getting something. You know, and that goes even for the politicians, man, and the celebrities, man, the athletes, you know, our street level brothers and sisters. We're under the impression that we're getting something, but in reality, man, we're killing each other, man. In some form of fashion, we're killing each other. Cold shit. But that's my group right there, man. Love me some Dead Prez, man. M1 and Stick. Folks say, man, shout out to all my black queens, man. We cannot do this, or we can't do this without y'all. I raise my hand. I raise my fist, man. And I give them my love and respect, man, for real. Chris say, man, they understand what it means to be a professional and studying a profession. Shout out to Dead Prayers, Henry. Real spit, man. I think I'll get a bar of that before my night is over. You know, before I lay it down and dream about, you know, go and walk amongst the ancestors. I've been having some crazy dreams lately, too, man. I have to say. I've been having some crazy dreams lately, man. Not crazy like that. Just use that as, you know, expression. But yeah. Yeah. Rakufu say, Bub, I think if we are true to ourselves, we, the Black nation, is the father of all humanity. we as Black nation, or we, the Black nation, is the mother as well as father of all humanity. Respectfully, did we and are we continuing to drop the ball in regards to responding to our ability, thus responsibility to extract divine retribution on the guilty and spare the righteous, and continue as a father nation to get back to our position as earth leaders instead of earth slaves? I think that, again, man, I'm going to tell you something. When you think about it, man, and we could use this in a perspective that we can understand, like on a daily, throughout our experiences in the streets, on the streets, you know, doing whatever we're doing, in our brothers and sisters, because I've had these experiences. I found that the best way to deal with some BS from one of mine, man, wasn't always, man, to go in on them. You know, I learned, man, through a lot of experience, man, you know, and unintentionally, because like I say, if my mind, you know, I've been in situations where I wrap my mind around, all right, I understand I can do that. Did you know? Let that go. You don't exist anymore. You betrayed me. I'll see through you. You don't. I learned that was the worst, or it is the worst type of retribution or revenge you can give to some individuals. Not everybody, but some. The thing about us, man, is that we hate to be denied. We want to be seen. We want to be recognized. We want to be, you know, we want approval. You know, we want to be seen, you know, acknowledged. The worst thing that can happen to us as humans, man, is to not be acknowledged, to be rejected, denied. It's some of the worst shit, you know. But when it's done in such a way to where there's no malice attached to it, it may not just learn the lesson, you know. There are people to this day, man, I learned the lesson, I promise you. Now, whether or not that hurts them more than it hurts me, I don't know, because I don't care. I ain't tripping that. But I know as a people, psychologically speaking, not just us, but people in general, that's a slap in the face. That does something to people, you know? But again, there's no animus attached to it, you know? There's no spite or nothing, you know? There's no malice. But when I say, man, us as a people, when get our shit, there's no need to focus on them and be worried about now we can get them. We already know we can get them. I promise you that. We already know we can get them, bro. But now that's a waste of our focus, our energy, you know? They're the ones who have this frame of mind of being inferior. Truthfully speaking, they already know we're superior, bro. And when we carry that, when we wear that like that, they'll never be able to lay that down, bro. That will affect them. It will destroy them. It would destroy them because they expect that we respond like, let's get them. That don't expect nothing less than that, man. That's their fear. This is why for the most part, why they do what they do, and they have to, in their minds, keep us at it, because if we ever get free, they're gonna kill us all. That's what they expect. The best way to get them in is, okay, man, you know, now, you know, we doing our thing. We walking away with a smile. We've accomplished our purpose. We're really on our ascension. So therefore, man, they ain't matter, man. Why would they matter? We done moved above them, man. They're beneath them. Why would that matter? You know, I don't know. That you know, that's just me, bro. So, right, you said, Bub, I think that if we are true to ourselves, we, the Black nation, is the father and mother of all humanity, respectfully. Did we and are we continuing to drop the ball, in regards to responding to our ability, thus responsibility to extract divine retribution on the guilty and spare the righteous, and continue as a father mother nation to give back to our position on earth as leaders instead as earth's slaves. And again, I tell you, man, the ascension, homie, and I'll describe it like this, man. Once that connection is made soulfully, they no longer exist as an issue. I'm telling you, this is what my core says to me. This is what I'm coming to terms with. I think that. And if there is a higher power than us, that'll be handled. And as far as we know, the handling of that could be the fact that, okay, you know what, y'all are nothing. We've ascended. We're gone. That's to be without us is devastating. It would devastate them. That's what I'm telling you, bro. No amount of vengeance, man, or retribution would meet that standard. You know what I mean? Again, their fear is that we would react a certain way when we release ourselves from this bondage, right? Then there's the fear that we'll leave them. And without us, they know, man, that's a wrap. And that could be the will of, as you guys put, the Most High, Yah, that source, that force. That could be the will. That could be the design, Yeah. So that's how I'm looking at shit now, bro. I'm not like, yeah, man. That other wolf in me says, yeah, man. Yeah. But then that wolf, the other one's like, hey, what's the purpose? What's our purpose? And I trust that, man, our purpose is beyond that, man. It's to ascend, man, like we supposed to. That's superiority at work, man. I don't think there's no greater form of retribution or revenge you can exact on the people other than to ascend above them, man, and not look back. That's the God gene and working like, okay, so the gods are saying you're nothing. You're nothing. That would tear someone up from the inside out. Spiritually, if they got one, and psychologically, it would, come on, man. That's what I'm saying. That's just my thought, bro. All right. That's just my thought. Young Vaughn said, man, I'm late turning in. Bub, man, what's the topic of the discussion tonight? Now, I want to ask you, brother, late. Well, first, I want to say, man, better late than never. All right. Those are facts, man. After the fact, man, this thing, it'll be on YouTube, man, maybe 20 minutes after we stop, man, and go get a bar of it, man. Go in the comments and talk about whatever you think is imperative to you or what's necessary to say. We would appreciate that. All right. Not only that, but like it and share it. And if you have not subscribed, Young Vaughn, go ahead and do that. All right. If you see fit. But yeah, we just talking about, man, right now, we just dropped a video, man, called The Tale of the Two Wolves. And the premise is that there are two wolves that exist in each and every one of us. One, if you listen to what's being said, is a negative wolf. The other one is a positive wolf. All right. So, and it's a beautiful story, nonetheless. Which wolf are you going to feed? So, Rakufu, which wolf are we feeding? Which wolf are we going to feed, bro? Because I don't think we can have it both ways. There's no straddling of the fence. When we're talking about, man, not just coming to terms, but reconnecting with the source, I don't think that's even an option. You get what I mean, bro? I just don't. I just don't. And that's coming from an individual. I'm not religious, and I don't mean nothing by that. Respectfully, I say that. But I internally, in terms of my soul, I understand some shit. I understand that that's not an issue, bro. Once our ascension starts, man, our focus is on that and that only. Ascending. Reconnecting, man, with the source, or, you know, making the purpose come to fruition. Manifesting what the purpose is. You know, that's what I think, bro. But yeah, Young Von, that's the discussion, man. That's some of it. You know, there's a lot being said tonight, man. So I wanted to say, hey, go and check this thing out after the fact, because actually we're about to get ready to shut it down. Good to see you here. Tomorrow we'll be here, man, at 6:15. And if your schedule allows you, man, to get here a little earlier, by all means, man, show up. We'll appreciate your presence, bro, like we do now. All right. Good to see you back amongst us, though. Real spit. All right, Rod, you said, man, because at the end of the day, all other humans come from us, making us by default their fathers and mothers. You know, like wayward children, right? A mother and a father, after dealing with a wayward child, are being taken through a lot of unnecessary shit, experiences that are very detrimental, very, you know, hurtful. They're just bad, right? What do when they see that, you know, this is a recalcitrant, you know, there's this recalcitrant child or individual? What do? They remove themselves. They cut them off, you know, and then they leave it upon that individual, that child, to learn the error of his ways. And if that should happen, should that come to pass, what does the mother and father do then? They observe, they scrutinize, they see if that's the case. Is that true? Is this a righteous individual now? And if it is, he or she, they open their arms and embrace. But they go about their business when they see this individual who's recalcitrant, who's not trying to, you know, like, okay, let me focus on the focus then. You have your focus. All right. I was one. I recall my mom saying, okay, hey, you know what? You want to die? You want to die in the streets? You want to go to, okay, you have to leave here now. 16. It's real shit, bro. Real shit. That right, what to do, loved one? Peace and prosperity. See you up in here, man. You said, man, we are the crutch upholding Western civilization. The die is set on them. Man, do you hear what he said? We are the, listen, man, that's like, I don't know, you know, we grew up, man, we kind of wayward, man. We were delinquents for real. We were some bad dudes, man, as children. Well, you know, loved one, man, you know, and they hurt his leg or something and got crutches. And just in fun, we kicked the crutches from under them. Guess what happens? They crumble, they collapse, you know. We're the crutch. All we have to do is remove ourselves, man. Stop allowing ourselves to be the crutch. And that system, they will fall. We don't have to do what we ain't worry about nothing else. We don't have to worry about nothing else, man, other than removing ourselves from that. And we ain't got to do it in a malicious way, you know, in any terms of retaliation or revenge, you know. Just remove ourselves. The rest is going to take care of itself. Trust. That's what I'm telling you, man. Appreciate that, Fat Rat. Real shit, man. Folks said, man, if you believe in the good wolf, then you will fight the good fight. If you believe that guilt and a broken ego is a good place for you to be, then anger will destroy the whole tribe. We should be eating and growing together. Real spit. Chris said, man, I meant to do you like, what you talking about, Chris? Chris about to say something crazy. Okay, all right, there you go. All right. And we say, man, Tariq Nasheed opened my eyes on how Mexican and Africans view us and stereotype our people. Listen, man, one thing I trust, my core, there's something about us here, us, who've been here, us. And that's not to disparage anyone else in terms of whatever their connection may be with the source, you know? But us, I think, no. I realize internally that we're the chosen. That's what I think, man. And I say that without a religious affixation to that. It's not, I'm not affixating or attaching a religion to that statement. I'm telling you internally ain't no doubt in my fucking mind, man. Man, they're my brothers. From across what, no doubt. But there's something, I don't have to say special. I'm not going to say special, you know, but there's something a little more godly, a little more, I don't know, man. I just saying, man, our gene got a little more, you know, the source in it than a whole lot of others, man. That's all I got to say, you know. And again, man, the same go for those individuals who tend to do like the black hat people and others. That's fine. We should not waste our time and our focus on that, man. I'm telling you that because that's a distraction we don't need. That type of distraction allows the wolf on that side to grow bigger, meaner, you know? I don't know, you know. Rakufa said, I think we have to rise above the good and bad wolf and see things through the higher frequency of wisdom and do divine justice. And I think that the good wolf is a representation of that, you know, of what you call divine, you know what I mean? Or a divine justice or a frequency that's on the level, man, you know, way above. Yeah, you know, that's what, you know. All right, y'all, I got to get up out of here, man. I love everyone, man, and respect everyone. Let's do what we're supposed to do. Again, our focus has to be on us, black first. Let's focus on the focus. We already know all this other shit, man. And as a result, we know that shit is distracting and it siphons our energy. I'm telling y'all, man, we know this shit, right? So let's focus on the focus, all right? Black first. Let's be, you know, a part of this ascension of our people, man, so we can get the hell on about our business. There's something great. There's something phenomenal, something divine that awaits us. That's, you know, let's get to that. That's all that matters. Love yourselves, man, so that you can love your brother and sister, all right? Take care of yourself so you can take care of that brother or sister, that queen or that king who may need your support at some point of their lives, all right? Just do that, man. Do that. Show them what it is, all right? Be one, black first. Power's in the people, everybody. Power is in the people. You are, you have been, and you will be under the groove. Black first, y'all. One love.
Count the names, count the bodies, count the victory. Cullen Hughes, Hearst, the right of future history. From the Apollo to the Borough to the Sphere. where the echo of those Harlem nights still ringing clear. So when they ask what happened in those tenement flats, between the spirituals and where consciousness is at, tell them we transform suffering to scholarship and song. Tell them we've been telling you we're brilliant all along. The Renaissance will prologue every decade since the sequel. Every black child born's continuation of the people who survived the Middle Passage, survived the Jim Crow laws, and built magnificence from nothing but their vision and their flaws. That's in the sergeant. This is once a less than Panthers, hats, and Mercedes. Please don't you, I can't stop us. Power sensitive, but you the applause for pose. Need your data, tropes, and constantly problem when the wet just wanna build the seats and bait. Now don't get the pause. It's just erasing up the times. Plead the markets off the main. Make it on the fans, turn and neck and love the durn. Suffering like a kisher. You been grown to preaching up on side as each alone, bitch on the shit and untrue seeing vets and wonder very inch on Gary Land. Be hell in heaven, you see what the bonafide. You wait something for the marker, make the key to move the trumpets on the boards to the singer land is carried open slowly. Keep us looking on my mother, break it, generosity for the he and let the peasant be. It's every time we keep a spawn.